Hello everybody and welcome to Jet TV. We are now on part 8 of my Lizardmen campaign as Kroq-Gar. So as we remembered last time, we've just taken Zlatan and we are going to tell the Lizardmen faction above us, confederate or die. So basically they are going to have a choice to join us or not. Now, I'm going to admit I probably know what's going to happen here because I have already done this take and had to start again because I had an emergency disaster halfway through, so I had to cut the take in the middle. So I've had to start again from scratch here. That said, with Total War, you know how these things go. It can be totally different this time round. I will state the disaster was something in my house, not me failing at the campaign, much as that does happen occasionally. So, first thing we do here is level up Mr. Kroq-Gar. And we have Swiftness of Itzel, his top level combat ability. Now this is an explosion which is faced around him. It doesn't affect friendly troops and allows him a chance to escape melee. Now unfortunately we don't have all the Skaven anymore, who would be really good against, because I'd be able to plough into them, pop and run out or push further in, as is probably the case with Skaven. But no, Kroq-Gar is getting quite powerful already, even at just level 15. So we're at the point now where next time we level up, we're probably going to start looking at some other bits and pieces. Well, I'll look at that then. And I've just got a couple of buildings to level up. I can't quite move just yet. I believe everywhere else is as high as I can get it at the moment, and we're going to start moving this army towards the border to get ready to push in. Right, and quick, let's just check our guy up here in the sea. What are you doing? Right, he is waiting at the moment. Right, we'll leave him so I can actually choose where he's going next turn. We're also almost at our next ritual, which is good because we're actually ahead on this campaign. Right, just going through everybody here. So, these guys... Is a confederation? No, you're not getting defensive alliance. It needs to be a confederation, which you're not going to accept. I don't want your trade agreement either, because I'll just have to break it. Don't want to give you any more money to fight me with. Okay, so first things first, let's get this guy moving. I'm leaving him, trying not to keep him moving, because if I have him moving beyond his range, he'll auto move at the end of next turn and it won't remind me, so he doesn't necessarily do his full movement. Right, so this is just telling me these guys need to move, so let's give these... Let's give Tlaqua, however I pronounce that, one more chance. Confederate or die. Oh well, it looks like they have chosen die. Okay, and there is actually something else I want to do just at the moment. Nagarond have started their ritual, so I'm dropping an intervention army on them. So this is, hang on, I'll just show you, you've got option. This is an army to interrupt their ritual which is going on, and I can choose from 3 different levels: a cheap one, which isn't a particularly good army, mid-range army, or a 10k army. Now I've got the money to spend at the moment, so let's drop a 10k army on them. Now you do have to declare war, so I will be dragging to war with them and some of their allies, but these are generally very powerful armies. So let's go and look where it's dropped down. So you can see here, this is a top tier army, so it's temple guards, which are top tier units, a lot of horned wand and a lot of dinosaurs and some chameleon skinks. Now if you look around here, these guys don't actually seem to have too much around, but they can have things just off. Now sometimes these intervention armies are very powerful, sometimes they are a bit of a one shot that you don't really end up doing much with them because they die off very, very quickly. I can get there next turn. And let's move forward. I don't want to actually go right to the city with him. Because if I go too close, if he attacks me, I'm in range of a city for reinforcements as well. What ritual can I afford at the moment? I could spawn an army of... this right basically spawns an army of dinosaurs. It is... Here, it's Feral Carnosaurs, Stegodon and Bastillodon units. It is immense. However, it costs a fortune, so I'm not going to use it at the moment. It's really useful if everything is going wrong. You just pop that and you have one of the most powerful armies in the game spawned, even at this point in the game. Yeah, what I might actually do is once I finish this war, I might spawn it just to steal a few units from it for my other armies. And there you go, so they've pulled a big army out. However, is it powerful enough to stop these guys? So my intervention force is actually going around them, it's not taking them. So we see where that's going. That's going to go straight. Its only job is to stop their ritual. So it's going to go for one of these settlements. Generally they'll go for the closest one. So I'm actually quite surprised they skipped that one there. Because every time I've done it before, they've gone straight for it. Obviously these guys are going to be being attacked by chaos as well. Right, so we have the Skaven starting a ritual too here. So again, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to drop an intervention army on them, which has spawned down here again. It's another really powerful faction. We already have some followers of chaos down here as well. So obviously I would suspect this is one of their settlements as the rich is coming from here, but as with all the other Skaven, can't quite see. Right, so let's upgrade my priest. Let's get that chain lightning upgraded. That's a very powerful vortex. And my Tommen, my Saurus Scar veteran. Again, I want to get Deadly Onslaught, so I'm just going to give him a buff up his HP a little bit. And let's hit this city. Nice, easy auto-resolvers for us there. Fortunately, I'm attacking the city which isn't so defended with my main army here. This is actually quite good, because I actually want to probably want to push this into a territory which can produce units, or maybe even up here, because all of my unit production is back here, which means if I want to produce an army, it's going to take a while to get out to anybody else. Whereas if I have it on the coast, it gives me a lot more flexibility. Right, going to do a cheeky little save here. I can move over, obviously, to defend myself. And let's upgrade Mr. Kroq-Gar again. Right, I've not quite finished up straight damage again, and then we will start looking around at other things, though. The army ones I'm not so keen on Lizardmen because they're already so powerful, but making them more powerful is always good. So this is a fairly reasonable fight. They do have quite a few people. Right, I'm going to fight this because it's a stream. We want to see fights. Right, we want to see people fighting each other. So they do have a fairly similar army. See, I've got a few skinks in this army, which is our units I've not used before. They are basically, they're not Saurus Warriors. Saurus Warriors are better, but they're far more expensive. However, the skinks don't frenzy like the Saurus Warriors do. Now these guys have quite a few skinks. They've got unshielded Saurus spears, so I need to watch out for my cold ones there. I don't think my lord here is on a mount, so he doesn't count as large, because spears are beneficial versus large. So what I really want to do is engage, well, I want to engage them all with my Saurus Warriors, but I don't have enough Saurus Warriors for that. And obviously they've got allies from the town, which is going to be a mix of things I can't quite see here. But basically, this is probably going to be a fairly standard battle. I want to try and pull them all together and squash them. This is a lovely thing about this game is now you can see the towns in the background. So you can see I'm in lovely lush forests of not Lustria here, because Lustria is the other continent, but it looks the same as this. And you can see the town in the background there with all its ziggurats and temples, and the entrance just here. So let's sort out my army. I'm very much, I like having symmetrical armies. So I'm going to pop a spear on each end to flank around. Keep my skinks in the centre and my sauruses on the sides to flank as I push. Obviously my Saurus Old Blood in the centre. And again I'm going to do the same sort of thing with all of my ranged units to... why are you doing that? So I didn't quite go into the order I wanted there, so I'm just forcing it a bit more. And my horned ones are going to sit back so that they can... I'll pop one on each side in a classic formation. This is a fairly classic, fairly boring formation, but it's boring because it works. Now, I'm not the best tactician. Oh, and these guys are charging me straight away. Now, that is quite a big army. I do want to engage with a charge rather than letting them just walk into me. So, but I'm going to wait until they get closer. Let's let them exhaust themselves. Obviously they're hitting me with ranged on the sides. We'll let that happen for a moment. And I'm being a bit lame and pausing. But we're going to just charge forwards. We're going to flank these, put these guys out to flank. Start getting some of my ranged out to the flanks as well. And moving my horned ones up. Into a classic pincer. Now, they're a bigger army than me, so enveloping them would be an interesting idea. Their skinks are going to do the typical skink thing of moving out. Let's start hammering into their sides. Let's get my cold ones straight into their ranged units. Let's get him right in there. And let's use his sword of anti-heroes to buff him up. And we have successfully enveloped here, actually. So let's see how well these hold. Now, their sauruses are probably going to start rampaging soon. Now you can see my skinks are going down fast, so I'm going to get in behind them and give them a bit of support. And let's buff them up a bit, give them a bit of healing, which probably isn't the best thing while I'm in combat, but... why are they going so much slower today? Let's try and get around the back. And let's keep these guys moving around. Now if I can take out their lord, and he's about to break, that's going to give me a great buff. So we're holding here, they are starting to hold now. I'm going to try and push onto that side a bit more. We've got a bit more room now, so let's give these guys some support. I'm going to get these guys just shooting straight at that. Let's get these cold ones over here and these ones back down. These guys are hitting my other units, so I want to keep my guys as supported as possible. But these guys I want to kill that Saurus Old Blood. In fact, I'm going into melee there. And you can see some of these guys, because they're completely surrounded, they are starting to enrage, which means it's going to be a bitter fight to the end here, which is hardly surprising with the type of faction I'm facing off against. Let's keep breaking all of their skinks. some of my units are rallying, so let's get these guys straight back up and in. These are my skink cohorts, so it's not really surprising that they've broken. However, my army is still holding nicely. My sword of anti-heroes is up again. Let's get him against this rampaging unit. Some of my guys are starting to rampage as well now. Now, what I don't want is my cold ones to start rampaging. Let's start getting these guys up and around to cover from the range, because they're the things which are probably doing the biggest damage to me at the moment. Again, they're all starting rampaging here, so this is not the best situation to be in, but I think I've got, I'm very confident I've got this. Why is he going up there? As you can see, these skinks are very manoeuvrable, so they can get themselves away and around quite quickly and easily. Some of my units are running out of ammo now, so I'm just going to start them chasing people. Take all of these guys off. Skirmish mode, so they're not just running away whenever anything gets close. This might actually turn. I'm not doing well here now. This is just coming down to a slugfest here in the centre. Then my skink cohorts are redrawn. Okay, these guys are starting to break, but it's going to be a tricky one here. I'm going to start getting my cold ones down in here as well, and some of my ranged back into this. Some of these guys are low on ammo, but we'll see how this goes. Charge my skinks in there. I'm probably not going to last long, but it will. Everything helps at this point. This is the issue now. They are chasing after this unit, which is pointless. Oh god, my Saurus Old Blood is getting low. He's about to die. I want to protect him. Get everything in here. Let's get my two horned ones down here. They're low as well. And we've got this for chain route. Is bleed. No, it's not quite there. I have so little control of what's going on in this battlefield now, with all of my units going berserk like this. They are starting to regain control. And that's it, we have the chain route. So that could have probably gone better actually. Those skinks are very fragile, but they did all survive, but they broke so much more easily. You can see their leadership in comparison. They do have a lot lower leadership, base leadership, than the Saurus, but they don't rout in the same way. So anyway, we've won that, so a win is a win, even if it's not the prettiest of battles. I guess that's going to be a thing against Lizardmen factions, is you're going to end up with a lot of people berserking against each other and just ending up chasing each other around the battlefield. So some high level skinks are probably useful because you always have control of them, but they don't have the same staying power. I don't know, are there better skinks higher up? I've got a skink chief, chameleon skinks, and Kroq-Gars. Now this is a hero unit, the skink chief. So we'll have a proper look at him later on when I actually unlock them. Let's up some of these buildings, and I'll give these guys a couple of turns here to replenish. And my other army will start pushing up again next turn. And we have my guy up in the sea, so let's go and pick this up. Another 5k into my treasury, which is always good. And let's just have a look what's going on. Are there any cities I can upgrade at the moment? No, I'm all good, so nothing we need to do. We'll push up to these guys' last 2 buildings soon. Oh! I've taken the entire region, so I can give them a thing now. So let us go straight for growth and money. I'm focusing all on growth now. Later on I will probably change that on, especially as my economy is really doing nicely at the moment. Right, let's see what my intervention armies are going to do this time round. So Nagrond, I imagine, are going to try and intercept my intervention army if they can. Though I don't think he's powerful enough to attack it. So no, he's just moved to defend one of the other cities and move Valor Army. I'm not quite sure about that tactic, though we'll see what it does. And Clan Pestilence, I would imagine, are going to do the same thing here, because I've got quite a big army next to them, and they're actually moving away, which I'm not sure is the most sensible idea for them, because I guess they could have another army in ambush around there, but I don't think so. Right, so this intervention army is going for Har-Kaldra, which is probably not the best target. However, they have taken it out there. So next turn they will basically sit around smashing their territory for as long as they can, I believe. I don't know what they do after the end of the intervention, but while the ritual is going on, they just run around smashing their territory and trying to take out all the ritual sites. Now, if they recapture them before the end of the ritual, they do complete the ritual. So we'll have to see what happens here. Right, push straight up to this next city. These guys are trying to build another army, but I don't think they're going to get it in time. It's a nice easy siege, so I'm just going to auto this, guys. Alright, some armour, glittering scales. I do believe Kroq-Gar already has some, but let's see what's better. So I've got 6 armour, so that's armour, melee defence and glittering scales, which is a hex. We do have a few others at the moment actually, which are being used. But this one's 6 armour and physical resistance, and I think I prefer what I've got. Oh, we do have a enchanted item to equip, so let's pop that on. So the Potion of Foolhardiness gives him better charge bonus and makes him unbreakable. Now he has leveled up, and I believe I forgot to get Grimlock last time. So this is his Carnosaur. So he will ride on a Carnosaur now, and he will be in battle on Carnosaur. Now it does lower a lot of his stats. If we go back in and have a look, it does lower a lot of his stats having him on Grimlock. I can't change him at the moment, but it gives him an awful lot more HP, which makes him a lot more tanky. Again, we're heading over to this peninsula here, because that is where Mazamundi is, who I want to start trading with as early as possible, because he's the other big Lizardmen faction. We'll go down and get this on mysterious island next turn. And Frenzy, my other old blood, has upgraded. Let's have a quick look. Again, going straight down the damage route with him, because that just helps us in these battles, though the leadership might help with skinks, which my other armies are going to have to some extent. Right, let's end turn. Let's see what my intervention armies do this time round, and what these guys do about them. So Nagarond here are trying to complete their ritual. As you can see, this, even taking that settlement, though it was a very powerful army, this intervention army has taken a big hit. And they're moving out of that city again. Maybe they know something I don't, because they did go into the defended one last time. And Clan Pestilence, let's see what these guys are doing. Sorry about that, you probably just heard my phone bing. I have now turned the volume right down. Let's see what my intervention armies do now. So yeah, the AI seems to know where I'm going beforehand, which is interesting. That's probably pure fluke, because but who knows. You have a choice. It's not going to be a peace treaty. Well, there will be a peace treaty involved, but you can join my confederation. Or can I actually make you give me some money as well? Oh no, I want to offer a payment. Oh, I can't make them give me. So we have forcibly confederated those guys. So what's happened to my other intervention army down in Skaven territory? He's entered encampment status there. So I need to kill 500 enemies, and that will get me some blessed Pterodon riders. And look at this guy. I don't want to keep this army at all. Let's just go up and capture this last abandoned ruins, which will get me this territory. Got a few people to level up. So what can I buff up? We've got the Comet, or we've got the Wind spell just to give me the next level. So yeah, which makes it cheaper to use. So I'm going to go for that, because I do like that Wind spell. And my Saurus Skull veteran has leveled up again, and we'll get him a Deadly Onslaught. Right, we've got this guy to move. Let's go and investigate this mysterious island. Okay, again, it's a choice between battle and campaign. For now, I'm not in war, so we'll grab the campaign one. I've got quite a lot of upgrades which can go on here. So let's up this city, so I can potentially up that port. I'm going to knock this over because I don't need recruitment down here. This place is actually having some public order difficulty, so I'll do that. I'll up the public order. Oh, and I'm going to up the geomantic web here as well. So let's see how my geomantic web is doing. So we have buffed it slightly, so strength 3. We've got geomantic pylons. I thought I was building one over here. Oh, I obviously didn't, so let's get one going there as well. We've got a few more units, buildings here I can do. Now I want this star chamber, because that means I can recruit a Slan. Well, I want these things. I want to start an army with a Slan if I can, so don't know if they're lords, or I think they can't come as lords rather than units, but Slan are very, very powerful mages, as I'm sure some of you are aware. And let's get my top level of this. I will need a weapons crafters commune as well, long run, there to build them. And let's have a look around, because I've still got money left to spare. We are still losing a little bit of thing here. Let's up my growth here as well. These guys are okay. There are a couple of ruins here I could push to. However, I'm going to keep these in this territory just now, because it's having a little bit of a public order issue. Can't quite afford to start fixing now. However, that will probably fix itself fairly quickly over the next few turns. I can already start my next ritual. Where would I have to defend for that? Temple of Skulls, the Cursed Jungle, and the Serpent Coast. So that's a nice, easy defense. However, I don't know where the Chaos will spawn. Last time they spawned over here, and from my experience, they do tend to spawn in the same places. So I'm probably going to consolidate, do that ritual, and then maybe push up or push over and have some more fun fighting the Skaven. Right, I'm just going to go to the next turn quickly, and then we're going to colonise here, and we will put the cut in there. So next time we'll be consolidating and hopefully completing that ritual. Let's see what my intervention army is going to do here. Got a feeling they're going to go headlong into that city, which might not be the best idea. That might get them killed. Oh, they are just sieging there, and my other intervention army is just sitting there twiddling its thumbs on the Skaven ruins it's destroyed, which is actually a fairly good tactic. It will still stop them doing anything. Okay, we've had this one before. I don't want to take the get the corruption from using the items in question. Let's get Kroq-Gar colonising this place and repairing it. So yeah, these guys are literally just sitting here next to a Chaos army, trolling the Skaven. Though, let's have a look up here. Does it still show it as going if it's a ruin? Yeah, they might not. I think Skaven might still be in there, and they might not actually know, which might mean that army is a bit useless. Anyway, guys, we are going to cut it here. So, as I said, next time it's going to be consolidate and do my second ritual. I will get more Chaos armies appearing when I do this ritual, so we'll see what happens. Though I think I'm in a good situation to deal with it. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. As I mentioned every time, this is my first ever set of Let's Plays, so please, please, please feel free to give any feedback so long as it's constructive. Thank you very much for watching.